Welcome back to GOO ROO Beauty. I am Jodie and today I am doing my 2014 holiday look with the obligatory red lip. Of course, it does get very, very hot in the middle of summer here in Australia on Christmas Day. So I'll also show you how I got this updo. Today I am using Hourglass Cosmetics. Of course, you can substitute Hourglass with many, many less expensive brands and products. But if you want to see how I got this look and which products I used to get it, keep on watching. Starting off now with the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. I have applied that over a very well moisturized face. This is a great one for oil control. Now I'm using an Hourglass Immaculate Liquid Powder Foundation. I'm best matched to the shade Ivory with my NC25 skin, and I'm applying that in a circular buffing motion with the Hourglass retractable foundation brush. This will give you a medium finish, extremely matte look. I'm just working that all over my face in a buffing motion. You really need to work in sections with this foundation. I need to be particular about what brush I use, and I really need to pay a lot of attention to working it in. It's not an easy foundation. Moving on now to Hourglass's Hidden Corrective Concealer in the shade Sand, and I'm covering my Mozzie Bite that I got in my sleep the other night. Also some spots of pigmentation, and lastly the under eye circles, using my favorite brush from Furless for concealer. Now I'm going to work that in with my finger just to make sure it's absolutely pressed in and blended with that foundation where they meet. Moving on to a beautiful product from Hourglass. This is their Visionaire eyeshadow duo in the shade Gypsy, and I'm using a flat eyeshadow brush made of synthetic hair just to press that colour in to the inner corner, and I did apply a primer off screen as well as defining my brows. Now I'm doing the same thing to the outer corner of my eyes with that same brush, just creating an inner corner and outer corner definition and leaving the middle of the lid bare. Now I'm using the other side of that flat shader brush with the lighter shade from the Gypsy duo, just patting that light colour into the centre of the lid and also brushing it onto the centre of the lower lash line, using a clean, fluffy, domed shadow brush just to blend the crease. So I don't have any shadow on that brush, I'm just blending it so that there are no hard lines. Upper crease as well as the lower lash line. Now I'm using an angled liner brush just to apply a dark shadow. Any matte dark shadow will do. I'm using a dark grey just to the upper lash line. I'm just pressing that on, and now I'm also pressing that into my tight line area, and then I'm just dragging what's left on the brush onto my lower lash line. Magically, I have applied mascara and also some false lashes from K Luxe Lashes in the style Ruline. Using a retractable tapered brush from Eco Tools just to apply a very little amount of the bronzer side of that duo under my cheekbone, really working to blend that in. Also, I'm applying that, really buffing that in to the temple area as well. It's just going to give the face some definition here as we contour. You don't want to use too much of that product, it's going to be too orange otherwise. Applying a very tiny amount as well down the sides of the nose and blending. And now I'm using that same brush with the blush side of that duo, and I'm just pressing that on like in a stippling motion. You can be very, very subtle with that, or you can just keep building it as I have today just to get significant amount of colour. This is a relatively long-lasting product. It's a very nice cream blush, quite pricey though, so you'd expect as much. Finishing it off with my fingertip, and now I'm using the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder Palette, using the shiniest, most highlighty shade with a brush from Real Techniques to my under eye area as well as down my nose and the middle of my forehead, also the Cupid's bow area and my chin. Now using a really loose fluffy powder brush to the darkest shade of powder in that ambient lighting palette, just to set the bronzer that I've applied to my contour area, under my cheekbones and my temples. Using that same brush now into the dim light, just applying that everywhere else, basically just as a setting powder and just to give a lovely luminous finish. Same brush now into the ambient lighting blush palette, into the luminous flush blush, really loosely applying that just to set the cream blush. Using a wonderful new product I've just purchased from Hourglass, the Panoramic Long Wear Lip Liner in Icon. The red lip really is what makes this look, so beautiful shades here, both in the shade Icon from Hourglass. I'm using the pencil, which really truly is long wear, but yet creamy when you're applying it, to outline the lips as well as fill them in entirely. And now I'm using the Hourglass Opaque Rouge Liquid Lipstick, also in the shade Icon, to go over what I've done with the pencil. And this is a very long lasting, very matte finish lip product. It lasted through dinner beautifully. It started disappearing from the very inner side of my lips and I just had to reapply that after dinner, but otherwise looks absolutely beautiful. Onto the hair, we are using the Lush Zest Hair Jelly. This has a beautiful citrus fragrance, in stores January 8th, 2015. I really want to complement this sort of classic face makeup with a bit more of a sort of rough do. It's going to look done, but I really want to make it look rough. So I'm using this gel just to really rough up the hair. And now using the Bumble Surf Spray just to really give the hair a sort of casual, beachy, rough texture. You'll see the style that I'm doing. It's nice to have a bit of texture in the hair for this. Just working that spray through and bending my hair for texture. Now I'm going to start with that plait area. I'm separating my hair off, so the part is what's going to keep this looking a little bit glamorous. The rest is going to be really rough stuff. Prepare yourself because it's not pretty, girls. Separating off a section here at the front on the wider side of the part, and that section I'm splitting into 3, and I'm working this into a braid now, where every piece that you're working into that plait, you're just gaining a little bit more hair from each side, if that makes sense. Very much like a French braid. I'm just wanting it to just look rough, textured and modern, so I'm not using any sort of precision tools to create exact parts or anything like that. Each time I'm folding a piece of hair over, I'm just adding a little bit more hair from each side. This just takes practice. This just takes practice. It's not hard, it just takes practice. When I get to sort of the very corner of my scalp, corner of my hairline, I guess you'd say, I then turn that braid into a plait. I'm going to stop the plait basically where I want to pin it, under my hair. I'm using 2 bobby pins to secure that in, and they are pointing towards the front of my head just to really hold that plait in securely. Now using, gosh, one of my favorite hairstyling tools from Scunci. This is like their version of the Tangle Teaser. I love that it's got a handle, and I'm using that to sort of just give me some volume with a bit of teasing up top at the crown. Now I'm separating my hair at the back of my head into an upper section and a lower section, and it's really helpful for this style to just use those very thin elastic bands. They're very non-slip, but they're non-obtrusive too. They don't really get in the way of your hairstyle, and they just disappear into it. You really don't see them at all. So putting them up very, very roughly, these two sections, an upper and a lower section, and I'm sort of capturing the braid part in there as well. Next I'll be using another tool from Scunci, and this is called the Topsy tail. The box comes with two sizes. I'm using the smaller sized Topsy tail for this. Basically you just put the pointy side down between your head and the top elastic, thread the ponytail through the loop, and then pull it through, and it creates a lovely twist on the side. Because I've roughly texturized my hair and it's naturally knotty, I have to work a little bit to get that ponytail through. But if I was doing this on first day hair, it'd just slip through no problems. Now I'm going to do that again, grabbing all the hair together. I'm just poking the pointy end into a random part of my hairstyle, threading the whole ponytail through that loop again. And this is a little bit harder because I'm working through a few different layers of rough texturized knotty hair, but I'll get there in the end with a bit of twisting. You'll see how I do that. Slowly does it with a Topsy tail. So by doing this in a couple of different layers, it's creating some really interesting twists to the side of the hairdo, and it looks like it's much more intricate than actually what it is. You see that shape that it gives you on the side. Now I'm just working to rough that up a little bit and grabbing what's left of the ponytail, twisting it up and around, fanning out that area. That's just going to give me some kind of interesting bun at the back. Now I'm just using bobby pins to secure where my fingers are holding in that style first and foremost. And I'm using another hairstyling tool that I love from Scunci. These are the pin twirls. They come in a pack of 3, I think, and they're just screws. They do the job of 10 bobby pins each. They're wonderful. I use these with my bun maker as well, twisting them into different areas of that bun just to really secure it so it won't come out all day. You'll see there how they screw into a hairstyle. Alright, so now I'm just fixing up little loose bits. I thought that a twist on that side with that random bit of hair sticking out would complement that style nicely. I'm just sort of looking at the back, I'm just looking at how it's sitting and just doing spot pinning. Any loose bits at the end that don't look okay, I'm just pinning back into the hairstyle. That's how it looks. And I'm just going to play with the front a little bit more. I just wanted to rough it up just a little bit more so it doesn't look quite so done. You can see I'm just loosening the braid with my fingers, just working with it until I'm happy. And now I'm just going to set all of that, the glamorous hairspray face, with the Bumble and Bumble spray de mode. And I'm just sort of holding the hair out to spray it. It's a good spray for light hold, but it really does dry very quickly and give that nice rough texturized look. Adding some earrings and voila! So here you go, the finished look. I think that this looks very festive, and just with the hair back and up, I think that it's perfect for a hot summer Christmas day here in Australia. I hope that you enjoyed seeing all of these lovely Hourglass products going on. Have yourself, you and yours, your family and your loved ones a very, very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and don't forget, you are beautiful. We'll see you again really soon. Bye.